Hey, New York City Reloader here again. Just wanted to take the time to talk to you about a problem I've had on Dillon 650s for a while. And I've been able to mitigate the problem because there's a detent ball spring kit that you can go ahead and add to the press. And that really made a big difference, but it didn't completely fix the problem. And I looked at the new Dillon 750 presses. If you guys didn't know, there's a new Dillon 750 press to replace the 650. And there's no upgrade from 650 to 750, but I digress. One of the things I saw is they had bearing parts on it. Essentially, instead of having lubricated surfaces and plastic sheets that move across each other with lubrication, they've gone ahead and added the roller bearings to their new press instead of having those plastic pieces moving across with lubrication, which is something you can add to your 650, which I have in the past. I've taken them off now because I'm going to put them on the other press. And I guess the other thing is that even with the detent ball and spring modification from third party, you still get a little bit of flare on the case where it moves from one station to the other, and it can fling a little bit of powder. So I just want to show you what I mean by that, and let me see if I can't switch the view here. So on the Dillon, when you're going from this station, which is really the bullet seating station, one of the things you have to worry about is that the case that's filled with powder goes from this station to this station and has a tendency when it gets here to wiggle and throw some powder. And that powder can build up inside your press, which is why you have to vacuum it and clean it out. And left, it'll gunk up underneath the mechanism as well and down below. So wanted to come up with a reason and a way to fix that. So I bought my bullet feeder from a company called Double Alpha. I bought the mini Mr. Bullet feeder. Did a great job. And from Double Alpha, I just purchased this new product. It is the Double Alpha PSP brush. And I'm going to show you how that mounts. Here's the website where you can get it from. And essentially what it does is it creates a friction point between station number 3 and station number 4 so that the case itself never wiggles and shakes from that point on. So it really helps out tremendously. So what I'm going to do is just take it out of the packaging and show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to go ahead and install it on the press. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's difficult to see, kind of looks like a big toothbrush or a mustache comb. But what it does is it's designed so that this goes into your case pin area, and this goes on the grooves of your assembly that moves across on the mechanism, and you drop that in place, and what happens is the bullet goes from station 3 to station 4. It encounters this brush, and this brush keeps the case from shaking and slapping some powder out. So I'll go ahead and install that and show you how it works. So this is the station that I was talking about when it comes from the bullet feeder station over to the station where I go ahead and I seat the bullet, my bullet seating station. I'm going to go ahead and take that case pin out, and I'm going to drop this in. You'll notice there's grooves here. So this will simply go in here, and the brush will simply go down just like that. So to give you a better view of what it looks like, let me just get in there. See? So when the case goes from here, from this station to here, it's going to be going through the brush. And that will prevent the shell from spitting any powder. I figured I would go ahead and show you the plate moving around so you can see what exactly happens. So let me actuate the plate and show you as the case contacts those brushes. You can see that it holds it steady and holds it fast, and there is no jerking of the case. Normally what happens is the case does this from this station to here. It's shaking as it's moving. So I'm going to continue to actuate the case here, and I just want you to take your notice is that none of this case is shifting left and right, therefore throwing powder on the top. That's really what the problem was. So it went from this station to here, and that brush is in contact with the case while it's here, keeping it in its spot. So as this actuates and goes off the line, it continues to go ahead and keep contact with it with a friction hold and not interrupt it not do anything bad, but essentially hold it so it doesn't flip powder out of the case. You're gonna probably ask me and say, "Hey Kevin, how does it work?" You're just telling us about it and you haven't installed it. Well, I actually took it out of the package earlier and I ran about 500 rounds with it on there, and it made a huge difference. Huge difference. In fact, the powder spill, anybody who has Dillon 650, everybody has their techniques and add-ons and modifications to go ahead and mitigate that and reduce it as much as possible. This is that last 4 or 5% problem fix that I needed to have done. And so I'm going to be able to increase my pull and my pull speed on the Dillon, therefore making more and more ammo faster. When I actuate the Dillon, when it gets to this stage, when the case gets to that stage, I know where it does in the feel of the pull on the mechanism, and I usually slow down. So I'm pulling the handle down, then I slow at this point, and then I speed up at that point because I know it's already gone into that space. So I've slowed down where I needed to. Now, you don't think that's a big deal, but it is a big deal because one, somebody's not paying attention and they don't remember that memory pull at that right location or the proper speed, and they try to speed up too much, then that'll have a problem. Well, now with this, I don't have to do that specific type of pull motion where I pull, slow down, and continue to pull. I can do one solid clean motion and it doesn't spill any powder. So that's huge. That cuts down on me having to clean the press as much as I do. I kind of cleaned it after every reloading session. I probably don't have to, and now I won't have to at all. Just do the standard lubrication that I do. So it's done a fantastic job, and you should think about looking at it. I'll put a link in the description to where you can pick it up at Double Alpha. And aside from that, you guys have a great weekend. Remember to smash that subscribe button on the bottom if you're watching these videos. I'd really appreciate it. And also stop by the Reloaders Network. Stop by the new Headspace social media for Second Amendment, caster shooters, reloaders, all Second Amendment lovers, to go to that social media site. If you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, they don't love Second Amendment. They've proven it. But if you'd like to go to a place with some like-minded people, that would be a good place for you to go. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.